I'm Nate.
I'm Jaden.
Welcome to the J&N Podcast, episode 5.
Today we're going to be talking about the housing market.
And the housing crisis.
Yep, it is a prank. If there's one thing that's a prank in America, it's the housing market. Because that's how you find shelter from everything. And it's one of the big problems. And it's a problem that really doesn't seem to be getting any better at all.
As a matter of fact, it seems to be getting worse. You know, for those people who owning a home has been a dream, and myself included, it seems like that. I guess that dream is just getting farther and farther out of reach, quicker and quicker. But yeah, we have some notes. We have some statistics on how this has been going the last 25 years.
Also, I totally left all of my recording gear at my drummer's house, so I had to jury rig all this morning. Nothing it's working. It's working.
It's working.
Hence the Nintendo headphones over here, and the different microphones. I mean, not like y'all probably even notice the microphone difference. It's like, oh, I noticed. How dare he choose a different microphone? Where's the SM57? Not this. None of y'all know where the names of the different brands of microphones. So we're chilling.
So, I guess we can start with our notes and give some opinions.
Hell yeah. Let's throw some opinions out there.
So, first I'm going to talk about the pricing of houses since 2000.
Which is like the big thing.
So, since 2000, back in 2000, houses cost an average of $119,000. Much more affordable than today. Fast forward to 2024, present day, houses cost an average of $420,000. Like, that's a lot of money.
Now, you said 420, right?
Yeah.
Looking at my notes, because every website I looked at gave a different number for the average, but it was all about 400,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a slightly different number per website. I'm trying to see where are my notes. Did I write that down? Well, one of the things was that from 2020 to 2023, it went from in 2020 the average price per square foot. So the square foot was $141 in 2020, and in 2023 it went up to $174.3 per square foot in the last 3 years. And I was watching at the very end of 2023.
Yeah.
There was the news was talking about how 2024 was going to look better in terms of pricing, but it's not at all.
Here's what I'll say about that. I think that prices haven't gone down, but they have slowed in how much they go up. They're still increasing, but
there's also more houses. I mean, now that doesn't, because I remember in the one of the things they talked about when I was watching that news article or the news video, it was a Fox News video.
Yeah.
LOL. Was that there's just more houses. That's why you should go buy a house. But Nate, you did some research on this.
Yeah.
Developers are now they're making more homes because a lot of people are moving to Texas.
Yeah.
Fort Worth is the second fastest growing city in the United States, minus Atlanta, which is something I didn't know before I started doing research.
That is interesting.
I don't know what's going on in Atlanta. I don't know why it's the fastest growing.
Well, I mean, Atlanta is a pretty big city. It is a pretty big city.
Where is Atlanta located?
Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow. Well, if y'all are from Atlanta,
Hell yeah.
give a
Shout out to Atlanta.
shout out to y'all. I knew I yeah. Get pranked.
But like, so another thing that I did research on was rent prices. Back in 2000,
rent's fucked.
the average cost of rent for like a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment was about $550. Fast forward to today, it's a little over $1,700 a month. Like $1,700. Like, I mean,
Whoa.
hell, most people probably only make about $4,000 a month. Like, that's taken
That's not even
nearly half of their
most
income.
people.
Yeah,
Most people are not making that much anymore. I mean,
I'd say most people are probably making closer to like $3,000 a month, unless you're like
that
50
sounds about
years or older. You're probably making a pretty good living. But like people our age, like I'll say from my job, I work 40 hours at a retail store, right? And I make about $2,300 a month, and that's a full-time job, you know. So yeah.
with what's the living wage right now? We did
The living wage right now is $25 an hour.
yeah, nobody making that. Literally nobody's making that.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I was saying before about like there's more houses, but developers, they're not making affordable homes. Like I mean, we're getting a large influx of people into the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
And the developers, they're making more expensive high-end homes.
Exactly.
You did some research on that.
Yeah, so so basically what's happening is construction companies are building more high-end homes, but because that's where the money is at. And they're not building as many middle class and lower end homes because there's not as much money to be made there. So it's what that is doing is it's putting a greater strain on the demand in the housing market, because most people are needing to buy either a lower end or a middle class home, and there's not as many available.
I mean, it's not even just the people moving in that are dealing with a lack of affordable homes. That's really what it is. Because there is a lot, like, man, there's a lot of construction going on when it comes to home building. You want to stimulate an economy. I think I've said this on this podcast before, and I've said this a lot just in my personal life. Stimulate the housing market.
Yeah.
Because that's how because then that's providing wood and truckers and like buying all the appliances. Like it stimulates the entire economy. But they're building higher end homes, and it's not just affecting like the influx of people. It's affecting the people that are growing up living in their parents' homes, and now they're coming into the housing market that's completely unaffordable for them, and with very few jobs that pay enough to actually do anything with it. Like one of my opinions is that, like, for the most part, college is a scam.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of always has been. Like, I mean, if you really know what you want to do, then go for college. But college, just like getting like signed to a major label, right? As a musician, being signed to a label is not going to make your career. It's just a stepping stone on your career. And if you view it as making your career, okay, hell yeah, we're getting signed to a label, I'm set now. No, you're not. If you have that mindset, you're not going to go any further than that. And that's going to be your mistake. And same thing with like college. People become like, so you have this a group of people, young people coming out of their families' homes, and they're either going into college and living in the dorms over there, or they're coming out of the, y'all know what I mean.
Yeah. So also did some research on like reasons that rent and housing has gone up so much, and why people, good majority of people, can't afford either a house or to rent a place is this one is obvious, and especially since COVID, increased demand leading to fewer homes available to be sold is one major reason why people can't get into the housing market. And one that I already mentioned, and this also puts stress on the market, is construction companies building more high-end homes and fewer regular houses. It's just going to get worse over time as fewer and fewer of these homes are being built, and as more and more people are looking to buy a house, prices are just going to continue to go up as there's high demand and low inventory.
I wonder how long it will be until like the entire DFW area is like entirely just high-end homes, and the low.
I'd say if I had to guess, I'd guess by 2035. Maybe even 2030, Jaden. It's it's rough out here, guys.
I can see like a big part of the DFW area becoming unlivable with the like just the prices.
Yeah.
But I mean, like cities have to also combat that because like if you don't have like the smaller workers there if you don't have the smaller workers that are able to live there,
the city will die.
Yeah, the city can't like survive. So there always has to be some sort of balance, although generally the balance isn't workable.
Exactly.
At least we're not in New York or California with the housing
God.
markets over there. No. But I mean, as I feel like because like a lot of the like there's a big entertainment industry in the DFW area, and that's just going to grow with the amount of people that we have coming into like I meant to say Texas, not America.
Yeah.
And that's only going to get like the entertainment industry is going to become more and more involved in national entertainment as the amount of people come down. Like we have more going on than like LA, but LA is just a single city. There's just it's more condensed. There's a lot more going on in terms of the concentration over there, but in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there's more going on overall.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the major labels have moved down here just because it's cheaper to like it's impossible to rent a warehouse over in California. Like it's just so expensive to rent a warehouse over there. I actually just I was over filming a music video over the weekend, and
Yeah.
the bass player for the band Sears Street, if I haven't mentioned them already, their dad owns like a warehouse, so we were filming in there. That shit wouldn't happen in another state, but it might not happen in the next 20 years. Like in the next 20 years, that might not be possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
it was like a fairly big warehouse too. It wasn't like a hangar or anything.
Prices are going to have to come down, and in order for people to survive. And who knows, maybe the government will have to get involved and be like, "Hey, this is the limit that companies can raise prices to." They've done that before, and they've gotten a lot of lashback for that. But
that's a price. Putting a ceiling on prices is very ineffective, and here's the reason why it's not effective.
Yeah.
Or specifically with houses, and they did this in New York. Like New York is known for having outrageously expensive. Like everything, like in terms of the housing market over there, it's stupid. So people were like, "All right, we're done. We're not paying that rent." So the government actually put a price ceiling on there, and I might get some of this wrong. So if y'all fact check me, I would recommend doing your own research on this.
Yeah.
But they put a ceiling on there, and what ended up happening is now the businesses that own that property were actually losing money on the property. And so what do they do with it? They just let it not, they didn't put any attention into it. So you have these apartments that have zero maintenance for like 20 years. And they get worse and worse and worse condition because you're losing a lot of money on these properties, and you're going to lose even more if you put stuff into it, and there's not really any gain. So the city was kind of decaying, which is
Yeah.
so you just have to be really, really careful. The government has a lot of unintended consequences whenever they do anything. So people have to be really careful with how much government intervention has. But then again, the government needs to do something because they're the ones running the country.
Yeah, I think another thing that they could do is raise the minimum wage.
That is something they could do.
Because
I mean,
because most companies are like recording that they're making like record profits, right? But they're not paying their workers barely shit.
That's so fucking stupid.
And I'm like, and the thing is, I'll just tell y'all, like, I make $15 an hour at my job, and that's not enough to live. So if it were me personally, $15 an hour isn't enough for a minimum wage.
No,
I think because the living wage is $25. Now that might be a little bit too high for some companies to pay, but I think a minimum wage of maybe $18 an hour would be good.
I feel like most companies can do 15 an hour.
Yeah,
like a lot of.
I think most companies could even do 20. I just said 18 to lowball it. Like Walmart, fucking Tom Thumb, they're bringing in billions of dollars of profit. They can pay their workers 18 an hour.
Amen to that.
McDonald's too.
Shout out to all the workers out there that are being underpaid and can't afford to live while their CEOs live in mansions.
We feel y'all.
We are y'all.
Real. Some other reasons that the housing market has gone up and people can't afford it is millennials are now entering the market looking for houses, and some of them are getting houses. And that just adds to the demand and the low inventory. Now, this one, everybody knows this reason, and it's probably one of the biggest reasons houses are unaffordable right now, is higher interest rates. The Federal Reserve they said that they're going to cut rates this year, and they said they were going to cut it 2 or 3 times, but it's halfway through the year and they haven't done one cut. But I personally think that we'll probably see maybe one cut, maybe 2, but probably just one interest rate cut towards the end of the year before the election, just to kind of satisfy people. And then the last reason that I have here that people can't afford houses, specifically, is people are using money that they could save for a house for the rising costs of living, pretty much.
I mean, it's hard to save money in general.
Yeah, for real.
It's like rent's just gonna keep getting higher in this area as this area gets like more and more heavily populated, which I do suspect which will happen, period, but will happen a lot sooner than would have happened. I wonder what the city's gonna look like in 150 years, because 150 years ago there really wasn't anything going on. And 150
I even
years
wonder
from
what
now,
the city will look like 10 years from now.
I mean, yeah, in our lifetimes, this is really going to change a lot. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Well, thank you all for listening to the Npodcast. If y'all enjoyed the podcast, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button.
Hit that like you're hitting a MILF. And and make sure if you hated this video, leave a like down below. And if you love this video, leave a like down below, and make sure to comment your favorite part or comment your least favorite part, but change it to your favorite part. And
if y'all are one of the few people that probably made it to the end of this video, comment teamwork down below, and so we'll know that you listened to the entire video. And yeah, we're trying to hit our first goal of 3,000 followers. So if y'all could share us with your friends, your family, let people know about us. We do a little bit of advertising on our videos to get our name out there, but for the most part, this is going to spread through word of mouth. So that's all I got to say.
See y'all next time.
Thank you for listening to the J&N Podcast.